Good morning, everybody. I introduce myself, Jeremy Corbyn, political activist from Islington North. We're here today to do something dramatic, and I must say the hall looks absolutely fantastic. To found a new democratic socialist party in Britain that can challenge power in our society. That's what's brought us together.
This will be, in its essence, in its origin, a left-wing socialist party.
It's a party that's going to be operating very differently from any political party I've ever come across, and I think that is a really good thing.
We need an alternative, a real alternative for change, a socialist alternative, a left-wing alternative, and an alternative that's going to work for the working classes.
So I would like to see a collective leadership taking us to our next election. I would like to see as much democratic and member engagement as possible. I would like to see us move to allow dual membership of parties for exactly the reason that I said before. And I would hope that we would go out as an insurgent party, so encouraging people to get involved in their communities, their unions, their social movements. Let's build those and build your party and give people some hope.
I wanted to be here today because I think there are obviously a number of crises in the UK at the minute, the poverty, the threat of the far right, the racism that's on the rise at the minute. I think your party could really be an antidote to that, that is based on working class politics, isn't based on the sort of more bourgeois politics of the Tories and now the Labour Party as well. I think that there's a real gap at the minute for a party for working class people, and I think your party could be that.
Well, look, I'm hoping that we can put the party on a firm footing. I think it's fair to say that it's been a bumpy road to conference. I think at times people maybe even questioned whether we would end up here. But we're here in some way, shape or form. And so I'm hoping the members will be able to take control and actually start building a movement that has never been needed more than it's needed now, to take the fight to reform, but also take the fight to a Labour Party that has betrayed every member of the working class.
We have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, essentially, to actually craft a party from scratch that's for the workers and by the workers, and that really excites me. And of course, as soon as I heard about it, I jumped in on it, because why wouldn't you?
It needs to be that, insurgent, radical force that a lot of people involved on the ground are trying to build, and also, it needs to be something that is open to the whole left, that doesn't just focus on the elections, but also gets, the show on the road and able to be running those elections, but, looks to the movements and to get maximum involvement from all of those members, but also about those 800,000 people that are supporters. Those people haven't disappeared. I mean, some people are joining the Greens, some people might be disheartened, but those people still want to join the alternative that your party is.
The moment needs a socialist party. The Greens, good people, good vibes. I think this country is going to a place where it's not going to be so good vibes, and you need fighters. Obviously, a bit chaotic, but generally, I think, most people are angry about the right things, and there's hope here that maybe they can change how things are going, I guess.
I got told this morning that I would not be allowed into the conference hall. Now, unlike yesterday's purge of the SWP, I've not been expelled from the party, so I'm still a member, so I will be voting from the comfort of my phone on various motions, but I've been told I'm not allowed in. The reasons that have been given are apparently there is, and I quote, a private matter being investigated by the Information Commissioner's Office. Now, this is news to me. It's so private that not even I know what's being investigated, and I've never heard from the Information Commissioner's Office about any matter, your party or not, in my life. So I can only say it's a stitch up, and I'm sorry to say also, Callum, that I'm not the only one. Michael Lavalette, a councillor in Preston, also meant to have a councillor's visitor pass, been told this morning he's not allowed in because there had been evidence that he was going to disrupt conference. But of course, when asked for that evidence, none was forthcoming.
So my name's Michael Lavalette. I'm a Lancashire County Councillor. I'm a Youth Party member, and for the last 3 months I've been speaking around the country about why people should join Youth Party, get along to conference and get themselves involved in this new exciting project. I suspect I was banned this morning because yesterday my name was the first name on an open letter calling for people not to be expelled. My belief is that your party should be a broad socialist party. I believe that people should be allowed to have dual membership as long as you're not standing against your party. Why would you not do so? And neither Counter Fire nor the Socialist Workers' Party stand in elections, and in that sense they're no different from Collective or Peace and Justice, both of which exist within your party. So my view is that we should be a broad, radical, insurgent party, and we should be open to all socialists, and we shouldn't be expelling people. And I put my name to a statement. I led that statement last night, and I suspect that's why I'm banned from conference today.
I arrived in Liverpool, and like other members of the Socialist Workers' Party, received information that received an email that we'd been expelled, and haven't been allowed into conference today. I think it's a shame. I think that your party should be open to the whole left. It should be open to members like me who have been a part of trying to build your party on the ground in areas across the country, and actually, build the movements and the struggles that have got your party here, and your party should also turn to build as well.
So we're here at your party conference in Liverpool, where Zara Sultana has just arrived to a rapturous applause from members outside of the conference centre. Zara made it very clear that she's not happy about the expulsions that have taken place over the last 24 hours and has said that she believes that this should be a party that is led from the bottom by the members.
When we disagree with people, it needs to be done in a healthy, democratic way, not the way that we are seeing through witch hunts, expulsions, smears and all sorts of other allegations. I think it's disgusting, and that's not what I'm here to build.
Well, I'm not running a witch hunt against anybody. That is a fairly absurd thing to say. All we've said is that we cannot be a member of two parties at the same time. Thank you very much. That's all.
Does the party currently have a disciplinary committee or individuals elected?
No, because the party hasn't been founded, and the fact that we have groups that have been proscribed before members have even been able to vote on that is absolutely shameful. And people are throwing the word democracy around meaninglessly. It has to be rooted in members deciding what our membership structures look like, what our membership policy is, what our leadership model is. It has to be members who decide, not nameless, faceless bureaucrats who have all the power concentrated in their hands.
There is a clique of people at the top of your party that have been making decisions without the involvement of the membership and conference, and I think that has got to change.
You talk about nameless, faceless bureaucrats within the party. I've spoken to a number of people today, including Michael Lavalette, councillor in Preston, and they're pretty clear. They seem to think that one person and one person alone is responsible for these expulsions, and they're naming Carrie Murphy.
I turned up this morning to get my visitor's pass. Other councils got in under that criteria, but Carrie Murphy came to me and told me that I was banned from conference.
Carrie Murphy is responsible, in my view, for the expulsion of a wide number of comrades from across this movement, including, of course, in the exhibition hall, 2 comrades from Stand Up to Racism. Imagine a left-wing party kicking out comrades from Stand Up to Racism.
I recognise exactly what they're talking about, and when they are naming individuals, obviously I have spoken about the way I've been treated by those same people, whether that's leaks to the Murdoch press, the legal threats, the bullying, the intimidation, and even the deliberate acts of sabotage which I've experienced before going on BBC Question Time.
News has spread around the movement of this purge. I would hope that would make members only even more determined over the course of this weekend to fight for maximum membership democracy, and indeed against any more stitch-ups that are more fitting of the Labour right than the supposed socialist left.
There is no handbook on how to set up a political party, but we have come a long way and learnt a lot along the way. So I want to say thank you to all those volunteers that have worked incredibly hard, particularly led by Carrie Murphy, who did an awful lot of work to make sure this conference actually happened. And it has happened, and we are here.
I didn't even know any expulsions had occurred or any controversy had occurred until I got home and went on the news. So to that I would say, no, I don't really think it's affected the conference all that much. I think that it's more just talk. It's a lot of talk and not really a lot of action. So yeah, I'm not too angry, I'm not too frustrated about it.
But I believe that one has to fight these challenges. One has to. We do not give up and void to let other people come to this. We fight as long as we can to establish fairness for everybody, and I will continue to do that as long as I can.
What's happening in Northern Ireland?
Nothing. So there were no assemblies for Northern Ireland, although people from the north could put themselves down as members, which is what myself and a number of others did. But since then, when the draft constitution was put out, there were a number of provisions in there that said about setting up assemblies and branches in England, Scotland and Wales, but there was nothing on the north. And so a number of us submitted amendments to that through the crowd editing tool to basically anywhere where it said England, Scotland, Wales, and we put Northern Ireland afterwards. They have all been removed, and we have also put forward a motion to amend the constitution on a different basis around Northern Ireland. That has also been refused, so I feel like we're really getting disenfranchised here. Why can we be members of the party but yet we have no democratic representation when it comes to branches or anything like that? Your party is a British party that they thought it would be, the anti-imperialist position would be to not organise in the north, and basically to say that we should wait for socialists in the north to organise themselves. Now, I don't know what you're going to call myself and my comrades who are here today if we're not socialists from the north who are looking to organise under your party.
Conference, you voted option B. You voted for a collective leadership.
Amazing results for membership democracy, and it shows that we have a party of over 55,000 members that are going to take the reins, and they will not sit back and let MPs and bureaucrats run the show and make undemocratic, unaccountable decisions that come at the cost of democracy.
It was a narrow vote, 51.6% for collective leadership as opposed to a leader.
Have you spoken to Jeremy Corbyn this weekend?
Yes,
and
I have.
What have you said to each other?
We have both been very inspired by how many people have taken part in our democracy, both online and in person here. I've been spending time with delegates across the 2 days that I've been here, and we're both very hopeful for what the future brings, and this is a historic moment. This is the largest socialist party in British history since the 1940s.
That home still stood and schools were bombed and babies weren't in shrouds.
Well, I haven't got a pass. I'm here, I came in with Zara's permission, of course, and I intend to stay here and watch Zara's speech and watch proceedings until such time as the top-down clique, I'd say on balance, more likely than not, kicks me out.
Are you causing trouble?
No.
Are you planning on causing trouble?
No.
Or would it be a fair assessment to say that by being here when you know you shouldn't be, that you're causing trouble, or do you think you have a right to actually be in the hall today?
No. I was told I would have a pass. It was revoked yesterday morning on false grounds, factional grounds. I have the right to be here. I'm the leader of the opposition of a London Borough Council. I'm a Your Party member. I'm still a Your Party member, and I'm delighted with the votes that have taken place overnight. Maximum member democracy is here. It's alive. The party's alive and kicking, and the members will win.
And our politics desperately needs an organised working class that fights back and says, if you come for any of us, if you come for the pensioners among us, the disabled among us, the immigrants among us, the queer and trans among us, if you come for any of us, you will have to fight all of us.
To feel the energy and the passion there is, it seriously is, the grassroots is seriously involved, and even with all the mess that's happened at the top, there is a united movement, and we're here to have long-lasting change.
I'll tell you, the highlight for me has been the people that have been involved.
Yeah.
The quality of speakers from the floor has been outstanding, and the feeling of solidarity from the membership. And I think we've made some quite adventurous decisions to be led by a committee and to do a lot of online activity and universal voting.
And this is like a moment in history for British politics, I feel, because I do think we're here to stay, and we're here to tell Labour, we don't need you anymore, you failed us, and it's time for us all to unite.
It's up to us to organise those communities. The alternative is reform Tommy Robinson or the triopoly of political thinking in Parliament at the present time.
So there we have it. We're here in Liverpool where the Your Party conference has just come to a conclusion. Jeremy Corbyn's taken to the stage to announce today that Your Party's official name will be Your Party.
Gives us continuity. I thought the 4 names we had were pretty dismal as a choice, and it's hard to see that as a party name still, but people have accepted it.
And Your Party, as I said, it's just a collective. It gives you a feel of being a sense of belonging and being in a community.
I'm really looking forward to media people like yourself interviewing other parties and saying, and what do you think of your party doing this and that and the other? And go, no, it's not my party that's offering, to renationalise the water. And they're going to get all tangled up, and I'm going to love it.
As a country, we face a stark choice. It's socialism or barbarism, and we choose socialism. And I will leave you with one of my favourite quotes, and I've used this at every event I've spoken at. It's a quote from Arundhati Roy, who says, "Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing." Solidarity, thank you so much.